It's not a great time to be a VTuber. And I'm not saying that just because your average VTuber has 15 mental illnesses.
Welcome back yet again to the saga of Nijisanji's downfall, the never-ending train wreck. So as a recap,
One of the most fun train wrecks, by the way.
right, in the beginning of the year, they were doing pretty damn well. Their stock price was high. But it turned out that their work culture was so toxic that one of their VTubers tried to end their lives over it. Nijisanji.
Imagine a VTuber trying to take their own life. Shocking, I know. More news at 7.
Sanji's response was to terminate them and then say that the financial impact of this was gonna be negligible. Obviously, that was not the
Best choice ever, also.
case, and it's been in free fall since then. But recently, as you can see here, there has been somewhat of a recovery. People thought, you know what, dude? Maybe it's time to finally move on. Maybe it's time to start a new chapter. Well, as
Now investors just look at this and they say, well, that's probably the floor.
you can see, the recovery didn't last too long as it just fell again, right? Going from around 2,800 back to 2,400, losing 20% of its value in the process. Well, the question is, right, what happened here? What has completely stopped this recovery? The answer's simple: public humiliation. Even though Nijisanji's online reputation has pretty much been burnt to ashes, they've never actually felt this humiliation in real life up until
Oh boy. Dude, when it's something a VTuber thinks is humiliating, my god, is it actually humiliating for the rest of the world even more.
very recently in the summer of 2024, where it finally dawned on them just how much they botched their image in the West. How
Well, look at that. Their logo had a rainbow in them. That's so nice. That's so cute. Wow. Well, I suddenly feel empathy for you know.
this company that was worth $1 billion at some point on the Japanese stock exchange
Wasn't it worth like 1 billion Japanese yen?
can't even compare to its biggest rival anymore. This is how Nijisanji got humiliated. Let's talk about it.
Good.
But you know
let's
what
see.
isn't humiliating? Marrying your favorite 3D waifu
He is right. Let's hear him out. Because, I mean, he is there's nothing wrong with marrying your favorite waifu.
in your favorite gacha game.
Oh, wait, it's an ad.
This video. So as you might already know, there are many anime fans outside of Japan. And one of, if not the biggest anime event of the year is held in Los Angeles at the Anime Expo. This event
Oh, yeah, I remember the Anime Expo. That's like a big deal.
is huge, and it's known to have an infamous reputation of overcrowding because there's just
I thought it has an infamous reputation of bad smell.
that many people who go there. Every summer, people look forward to not only the stands and displays that are there,
I mean, are you kidding me? Obviously, people are looking forward to this. Look at this right there. They know what you want. Look at this right there. Hamana, hamana, wamana. Ah, that's my wife.
but also the announcements that are made there for the first time as opposed to being made in Japan. But this isn't just exclusive to anime, it's about things
Oh my god, I absolutely love this.
related to anime like VTubing. It's held in the Los Angeles Convention Center. This is a huge center, and it's where E3 used to be held, right? I'm sure you know what E3 is. Now,
No, I have forgotten. It's been a while and I don't care.
Nijisanji, just like their biggest
Oh, look at that, a Crunchyroll booth. I am sure people are really excited about that one.
VTuber competitors were set to be there. But unlike their competitors, they wanted to take it to the next level. So not only were they going to have a significant presence on the expo floor, but they were partnering up with Anime Expo for the Summer Jam. This was going to be Nijisanji Ien's first ever full 3D concert in the United States. It was going to be an hour and a half long and held at the Peacock Theater. But it wasn't just going to be one concert, it was going to be two. One on July 6th.
Wait, what kind of concert are we talking about? Not anime, but VTubers Singing? What are we exactly talking about here?
And the other one,
Are we gonna get the original Naruto opening? That's kind of nice. Or Bleach opening 7. Or Bleach ending 8. I mean, are we?
on July 7th. The first one was going to expose their English talents, right? But the second one had some of their biggest Japanese talents as well. So they were really going all out for the global English-speaking audience here. Held in the Peacock Theater. This isn't a small theater. As I said, they were investing quite a bit in this.
I mean, hand for comparison? I don't know. It's like 2 of my hands. I don't know if that's big.
It was announced in May 2024, but by the beginning of June, some people started to show concern. You see, the problem was that the tickets were simply not selling. As you can see, any seats in green were just not booked yet.
That's nice.
No one was buying the tickets. This was in the Peacock Theater, bro. And in the general area, they hadn't even sold half of the tickets. The pit, which usually sells out first, was also not fully booked. And these two right here were for the July 6th concert, and this one was for the July 7th concert.
Wow.
This was unexpected by Nijisanji fans, Nijisanji haters, and Nijisanji themselves and their talents. Like, what? The majority of...
Okay, I literally have no idea what kind of concert they're even doing. No, seriously, what is this? Are people expecting this to sell if it's a bunch of VTubers singing? What do you mean? No one watches VTubers for singing. The only reason why you watch a VTuber is them to create their favorite S tier lolly list and then talk about how great it is and how that's the best genre ever. Okay, that's why people watch VTubers. People watch VTubers to see a cute bunny girl suddenly do a giant burp and call someone a subhuman. Okay, that's the appeal of VTubers. A concert? No. No, thank you. That sounds boring.
If the seats are empty. But time kept going by, okay? Weeks kept going by. The tickets were not selling, but people thought, you know what, dude? They're not going to cancel this. They've already invested so much into it. I'm sure they're going to find a solution.
Look at this little corner right here. 6 seats taken. What the hell? Why?
Maybe do giveaways, give out tickets. I don't know, something, right? They have to, right? Well... On June 25th, 2024, Nijisanji put out this tweet. Bear in mind, this is like barely a week before the concert was meant to take place, all right? Here's what they said. Important update regarding Nijisanji EN Summer Jam and Welcome to Wonder Wander World concert in LA. This is
Wonder Wander World? I'm sorry, you deserve to not succeed.
An important update regarding the Nijisanji EN Summer Jam and Welcome to Wonder Wander World concert in LA, originally scheduled for July 6 to 7 at the Peacock Theater during Anime Expo 2024. While we were incredibly excited to bring you our first ever 3D concert in North America, recent developments have made it clear that creating the optimal environment for an unforgettable experience for our fans and our livers is no longer feasible. Further details can be found at the following websites. Please rest assured that full refunds for the concert tickets will be processed. Details regarding the refund process will be announced soon on our official X accounts and the websites mentioned above. We are also working on special perks to show our appreciation for all who purchase tickets. And then they made sure to specify that they will be at Anime Expo on booth E65, E70, and that they weren't canceling that. The full explanation on their website states that they will be doing it live on YouTube instead, and that it will be free. However, that's only for the concert that was meant to be on July 6th. The one that was meant to be on July 7th was completely canceled, but people who bought a ticket for it were going to get a mini live concert footage, whatever that means.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the hell is that even supposed to be? Nice.
So understandably, right, the first reaction for a lot of people was absolute and utter disappointment, right? You had people...
I mean, not to be sure about that. Is the first response actually disappointment here? I'm pretty sure people were expecting this. Okay, probably the first response is most likely what this person right here says. Absolute clown company. Yeah, that seems more like the response.
Like this person here saying, "I'm like a joke. I spent so much money on flight tickets and hotel, and now you told me the concert is canceled?"
Yeah, obviously.
bought the Anime Expo ticket because it requires one to enter the concert, who will be responsible for refunding that? It's so ridiculous. So since they were part—
I mean, you don't get a refund for that, my sweet dear summer child, okay? This is the problem with traveling. You want to go to a concert of X, well, X gets shot, and there you have it. No concert. Maybe you get your refund for the ticket you purchased, but you don't get the refund for everything else. Plus emotional damage. Ah, beautiful.
partnering up with Anime Expo, you needed an Anime Expo ticket on top of the concert ticket to actually be able to go in. And what this person is saying is that the only—
Wait, that sounds like a blatant scam. So you need to buy 2 tickets for entering the concert, but yeah, that's so stupid.
only reason they even bought an Anime Expo ticket was for this concert. This is a super fan that absolutely got it up the ass because of Nijisanji. Bear in mind,
Hey, listen, if you're a super fan of a company, you deserve to absolutely take it up to A. Okay, listen. Here it is, and here's what you deserve. That's right. That's right. And if you like that, you don't get to deserve that, because this is supposed to be punishment, not pleasure.
these tickets are not cheap, especially if you're coming from abroad where you might not have the purchasing power that is in the United States. So if you bought a ticket just for Nijisanji's concert, you weren't going to get that refunded. This was very embarrassing. It was embarrassing as a fan, and it was embarrassing for Nijisanji because everyone got screwed over here. They had overestimated how many people would show up to their concert and got screwed over royally. Just looking at this gives me
Bro, I still don't even understand what the concert is.
secondhand embarrassment, man. Like, oh my god. There was no winning here. They just didn't sell enough. Even if they went live with this, the talents would see how many people showed up and think, fuck, like, this is embarrassing. Even though they ended up streaming the concert online and the fans seemed to like it, especially the ones that couldn't go initially.
Woo! Rosemi-sama! Woo! Woo! Finana! Whoa, boys, man. There's a lot of woos here. Woo!
Was something else that happened at Anime Expo that was so humiliating. It was the fact that no one showed up. no one showed up to their stand. They had taken such a big space, and
Why would anyone show up to this thing? I completely don't understand. This is such an absolute misunderstanding of how shit works. Again, I'm not a VTuber. I'm not a VTuber fan in particular, though. It may seem like it. I'm not actually against VTubers. I'm against most VTubers only. Okay? But this is just blatant stupidity. I understand Japan does things differently, but the fact that Japan honestly thought that Americans are gonna care about the company that owns but tries to make it so you don't know that they own your favorite VTuber and that they're gonna care about it, what the hell? Obviously not. Who's gonna care about the company that owns your favorite VTuber? Considering your favorite VTuber is probably 3 sentences away from going to jail.
there was literally no one there. Legal Mindset had made this tweet asking, is this real? Where you see Nijisanji's booth absolutely empty, while their competitors Hololive and Vishoujo absolutely full, as well as indies like Dokibird also being full. Now, of course,
I mean, isn't Dokibird super popular already? We know this. Also, she's the one who tried to self-delete because of Nijisanji. It was one hell of a story.
some people were concerned, like, okay, listen, it's fun to make fun of Nijisanji, whatever, but maybe this was when the expo was still opening or when it was closing, right? Maybe this is just fake news. Well, someone was kind enough to take a video. VTuber Cringe on Twitter was kind enough to take this video. I sped it up by 2 times. And as you can see, they brought out statues, you know? Here's a couple right here. You know, you have Alira Pandora, and then you have Shu Yamino, who's a Japanese VTuber in Nijisanji. And you have a bunch of figurines, right? Like, the whole thing is set up in a cool way. I mean, you know, the stand itself isn't bad. But as you can see, it's a ghost.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's not even set up that bad? It is set up bad. Well, here's the comparison. Here you have a giant screen of a VTuber doing what VTubers should do. Jiggle physics. Here's Dokibird. Probably doing something insane, and that's hilarious. Here's whatever the hell this is supposed to be, but I bet there's also a VTuber there doing jiggle physics. What do they have? Nothing. Nothing. They have a statue that you can't even touch. What kind of VTuber fan is gonna want to not touch a statue?
Enough to take this video. I sped it up by 2 times. And as you can see, they brought out statues. You know, here's a couple right here. You know, you have Alira Pera and Nijisanji, and you have a bunch of figurines, right? Like the whole thing is set up in a cool way. I mean, you know, the stand itself isn't bad, but as you can see, it's a ghost town.
Yeah, because there's nothing there.
There's more.
What is this supposed to be?
VTubers on the walls than there are people. Okay, there are more VTubers on the walls than there are people. It is so embarrassing, man. I can't watch anymore. This
It's almost also like these people just stumbled in on accident.
is, in contrast to their biggest competitor, Hololive, is insane because they just showed up to the LA Dodgers Stadium, where 3 of their top talents co-presented and sang the baseball anthem to an almost full stadium. They called the event...
Yeesh. They're doing the Dr. Disrespect thing. I wonder how far they're gonna go.
Hololive Night, and it was a massive success, with a good amount of Dodgers fans that were grateful for it because the stadium was full, but they also managed to pull a comeback after a Hololive VTuber sang, attributing their luck to Gargura singing. There was this very wholesome post made on the Hololive subreddit where a Los Angeles Dodgers fan was
Ah, guys, we're entering a dark time in humanity, okay? We're really entering a dark time for humanity. When is the purge? I'm tired of waiting, okay?
thanking the Hololive and VTubing community for making that match one of the best Dodger games a fan since birth has ever seen from their perspective.
I'm here painting fucking holes in my fence and house, you know? While there's some kind of random VTuber singing of some kind of magical anthem that they don't even know in a Dodgers game, in a game that they don't even know, and everyone's just praising them and giving them money. How is the world fair? Jesus, God, if you exist, smite us down because, man, we deserve it at this point, okay? It's time. A reckoning, boys.
So yeah, it's very clear the VTuber industry is shifting towards Hololive and leaving Nijisanji behind right now. This is an important comparison to make because while Hololive is a corporation, just like Nijisanji, the main difference is that they do try their best to treat their talents as well as they can, where Nijisanji has
For now.
proven to us time and time again that is not the case. If
Hololive is Japanese, let me actually Google. Hololive is owned by... Let's check what Google says. I see Japanese writing. There we go. And yes, Japan, which means, well, so people just understand the billion-fold katana, that it cuts dimensions, and that Nippon steel is the greatest of them all, and all of that dumb shit, and black samurais were the originators of samurais. Thank you, Ubisoft. You're doing a great job there. You know, but they don't understand one thing. Actual Japanese culture, as in, for example, work culture. Ever seen that isekai where a dude gets killed by his co-worker because reasons? That's real Japan, okay? Hololive is gonna... There's a good chance that it's gonna turn into Nijisanji 2.0 when they have no competition, because that's just simply how Japan functions. Work culture and work ethic in Japan is kind of insane. You're expected to work over hours and not be compensated for it. If you finish a job fast, you are looked down upon because did you actually put an effort into doing your job if you finish fast? No, you're supposed to stay in the office 3 hours after closing so you can finish your job. That's the proper way to do things. Oh boy, I can't wait to see how this turns out.
anything, they have crazy favoritism and a very toxic culture. So this is one of the main reasons why the stock has fallen. This rally signified hope for investors. Like, listen, man, maybe they'll just make a comeback. This concert at the Peacock Theater.
It's pretty obvious that they're dead. Yeah, it is. It is, well, probably blatantly obvious. Anyway, muy bien. 10 out of 10. Bye.